Alright, here we are with BitPlayer One's weekly update, starting with the S&P 500. The downtrend's really starting to take place. I called it out with these three lower highs. We still haven't broken these, so we could just be looking for another higher low. Still no waiting. We're still in this zone. So S&P, nothing new. Let's do NASDAQ here. This one's a little more interesting. So there's a major low that we really need to watch for. There was the one before it, which matches with S&P. Consider these the same price, basically. We have a wick, yeah. And then now look how we just touched it, and we're holding it. So nothing is really wrong. We're just in a range. We got double tops here. We got like 4 bottoms. We got a top here. So this zone is really important. If we fail from that zone, we do have this to catch us. Basically these lows. But I'm not going to hold my breath. It is starting to work worse every week. Dow Jones. This is now a red resistance line. It did come in handy. It definitely was a guide, and when we broke it, we definitely got follow through. Also, if we go to an hourly, yeah, there was a couple basically right on the nose touches. Like we even opened up a week, came down, retested before further downtrend. I have this marked as the important zone for trend break, which that's done for sure. I'll just leave the zone for now, but next thing we're looking at is this guy, which was a weekly line. Dow is still okay if we consider this as the next low. We could just find a higher low somewhere here. We could even do a Fibonacci, kind of see where we're at. Look at how beautiful that was, right in the 886. The 707 and 886 are not standard on the TradingView Fibonacci tool, just so you know. You have to add them yourself. Let's go to the Russell. Wow. Yeah, this one had worse of a reaction. Much stronger downward reaction. We had this very clear 4 lower highs of selling. We're definitely out of this trend line. We've broken this low. We're out of this zone. Well, we fell out of the zone, but we're back in it. We're actually at the very top of it. Like, let's look at another 3 minute. Look how price started the week here. Literally a couple hours ago, started there, dropped down, had a little bit of trouble to get in. Now we've gotten in, struggled a little bit to get out. We've gotten out, coming back in for a retest on the struggle area. This is likely looking back upwards, but we did break a trend break zone. I'm going to leave it for now just so that it's highlighted for the weeks to come, but yeah. There is a chance on all of these indexes. Literally, it's because if this is the low, we're looking for a higher low. We'll draw a Fibonacci just to see somewhere in the 707. That's actually a really good range. Alright, dollar. I've been wanting to look at this. So, as we all know, we have this long-ass monthly line. 2008, so 22 years in the making? What? Jeez. Anyways, daily chart still making lower lows. Like they sneak in there, right? Doesn't feel like it. Lower highs. These are the same high. Possibly another lower high. This would make sense because commodities are starting to kind of wake up a bit. Bitcoin. Man, Bitcoin. I hate Bitcoin. I love it, but I hate it. Where's the Fibonacci I drew? Okay, that's a valid fib. from this low to the all-time high. Hourly chart. I drew this line after the big flush out. The line's fine. Here was a resistance line, which it's hard to tell, but basically the most important thing is trend. These are all higher lows. These are also all higher highs. So since February 26th, this is technically an uptrend. This was the top zone here I drew. We fell right through it. Basically, we opened up below it, which they'd love to do. They love to just open it. Also, I'm sure oil had some effect here. And now we're back in it. And what usually happens is we get stuck in it. Pretty sure this black part is a zone. So let's hide the Fibonacci. Yeah, we have a, I don't know, is this a monthly zone? I think so. So we have a big old monthly zone right above us. It's going to be tough. We got halfway through it with that. These are getting higher though, so there is a chance we kind of make our way through. Especially if oil keeps tanking, or if people like all of a sudden decide Bitcoin actually is used as a inflation hedge. We'll see. Gold. Wow, nothing. I did not expect to see nothing on this. There's a daily candle, big old nothing burger. This zone is huge. Huge zone. Like massive zone. Let's hide our Fibonacci just to make it easier to focus on better. Yeah, this zone is really huge. Like on the daily, these are all wicks. So we haven't even broken this on the daily officially. Nope, look at that. Wick, wick, wick. So this is actually holding really strong on the weekly. Hourly, we're lower highs, but higher lows, and that basically makes us a little bit of a triangle. So eventually this will break. Let's draw it like that. Something like this. Probably not. I'm gonna draw it right. Not gonna explain. I like these touches, but this line's way too big. I would almost rather draw it as like a 2 lines. Yeah, literally. Even though it's a really tiny one, I'm gonna draw 2 separates. Yeah. Both of these should be supports. Oh, dang it. Here we go. Okay. The resistance, let's draw it a little better, because I guess we will revisit this, you never know. Wow. It just happened to pop right there. I actually really like where I have the bottom part of this line, but I'll move it up to this guy, just right at the top there. And really, this is what we watch for. I'll draw that one as a zone. And yeah, we're just stuck in the middle of a whole bunch of stuff, but this is actually good trading material. A lot of up and down. You can capitalize on that stuff, which I will do tomorrow. Silver, daily chart. Just like gold, it's like kind of decent. Higher lows, I guess. Higher highs, right? 1 here, 3 here. Yeah, I could see it coming up. We'll see. Alright, oil, big boy. Oh my god. I had a crazy night trading this thing. Yeah, that's support. These monthly lines are pretty. the way that it kind of deals with them. We'll do a 3-minute candle to see. So, what big picture? I honestly think we're gonna fill the gap. That's just like based on what this looks like. It looks like it's gonna fill the gap. Maybe recover at this line, but more likely fill the gap. Gap's a pretty big deal. So this would be a high. This would be a high. These are intermediary highs and they're lower, but if you look at like an hourly, this is our first low on the hourly since here, and technically this is our first high, I would say. So this could just be one pullback. We'll draw a fib. Let's just put it here. That's the most like realistic last low. We'll just, I guess, leave it there. You can see a little bit of respect on the fib. This was before the fib was found, but it's interesting, isn't it? Like, I drew this Fibonacci from this low to this high, but at this point, this high did not exist here, but it respected the fib pretty well, which is like, there has to be an algorithm in charge of this to be able to pre-fib it like that. I don't know, maybe Claude. I assume we're kind of locally downtrending until we fill the gap. Or this monthly line at 95. Okay, natural gas. Weekly chart. Not very easy to see. So, I've been calling this the Jesus line. It's my favorite. I'm going to adjust it again, especially because we're getting a reaction now. I know we kind of went through it, but it did have a reaction, so let's draw that as the bottom, and then close the top a bit to capture there. Right, this low, that'll be our line. So see, they do kind of adjust as you go. We'll lock it. Like, I was watching the line in the first place. I got out of some of my trade, but not all of it. Wow. Look at the fib. So, I drew a fib from this low to the last high. It respects these levels pretty well. Look at the 886, all the touches. Right to the 786, pullback. We filled this gap now, like, to the T. Jeez. Like I was saying, these gaps, huge. Gaps filled. We have 1, 2 more gaps above us. But we did a lot of work. Look at all these weekly lines, this old important trend break line, weekly zones. I guess I'm going to actually move this trend break line to here, because that is our new true line. So that's the one. I think this thing might have some legs. I know I keep talking it up, but let's see. Come back here, retest. The way oil just pumped today. This is energy, the semi-related. It's gonna have some legs.